Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Mary. Not sure if you can see, but I finally took out that big gold chest that was right there and finally added my false chameleon and Pac-Man and crested gecko. So I'm finally getting the room to a way that I like it, and hopefully I'll be able to do a reptile room tour soon. I'm also going to be adding the white tree frogs right here, so it is coming along. But in today's video, we are going to talk about something that I commonly get asked, and I don't really think I answer it because I just avoid it, because I really don't like talking about this is how much I spent on this and seem like it's in a bragging way. But at the end of the day, it's really important to discuss how much money and effort I put into having this many animals, because it is not cheap. We're just going to discuss about my weekly bills with the pets, and I'll break down the habitats. Now, I am lucky enough to have some sponsorships, but I still put a lot out of my own money, so we'll discuss that in today's video. But before we do that, if you are new to my channel, it would mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button, notification bell, follow me on all socials. Links are going to be down below, like always. I guess we'll just start off with how much I spend weekly, and that can change depending on like what feeders I need. But let's just say everybody is going to need feeders for the week. So the most amount of money I will spend on feeders, let's say my ball python, so I do not buy fresh, I buy frozen in a 10-pack, and those are around $35. Then I will need a 10-pack of frozen pinkies. I believe those are around 20 bucks. We will need crickets, which aren't too pricey, but around $5. And I will choose between like mealworms or dubia roaches, and I believe my dubia roaches, for like 20 of them, are around $35. And this is not adding substrate or needing to buy any heating bulbs or whatnot, so that is just going to be like my little feeding bill. Now, some people aren't like me where they go and buy their feeders from a reptile shop. I buy my feeders weekly. Some people like to buy them in bulk because they have to get them shipped to them. So for me, I just go week by week and buy what I need. I also just like to go and stop in and be nosy at the reptile shop, but let's just say we have to get not that many feeders. I have already the 10-pack of frozen mice in the freezer. I always buy crickets and then maybe like some mealworms, so the least amount I will spend is around $35. I do try to buy fresh substrate monthly, so I did buy 2 packs of Repti bark, the large bags, and for 2 of them, $59. It does go a long way. And you can also, you know, if you don't want to buy the substrate from the reptile shops, you can buy some from Home Depot, the organic kind. That's what I do for my frogs. So you can do that in a good way of saving money, but I do really enjoy a good Repti bark, so that also adds up. UVB, I will say and be honest with you guys, I do have a sponsorship with Exoterra, so they have sent me lots of bulbs, but I do like to just price around how much bulbs are. I believe they're around like $30 as well. You should be changing those out like every 4 months, so you have to remember bulbs, UVB, and not just the bulbs and UVB, the bulbs itself, but also like the lamp that you have to put all together. Those are very pricey as well. It's just like a weekly thing that I'm checking on. Bulbs, feeders, fresh substrate. I'm not sure how much, honestly, the electricity is weekly in here. But I know it's probably a lot because everybody has something running. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 17 habitats with some kind of plug going on. So you could do the math and imagine. I'm also in Southern California. I'm sure that the electricity prices are different from everywhere else, so I know that my electricity bill is pretty darn high, to say the least. Just like everything else has gone up in price, so have the habitats, and I guess we'll just turn it around the other way and we'll sit down and I'll point out which ones that were given to me for sponsorships to do videos, which was, I'm always so blessed to be able to do that. I have gotten many habitats sent to me, and the way that it works for me is I'll get new habitats from companies, and typically I'll just sell the old habitats that I had before, and with that money will allow me to buy fresh substrate and also all the things that need to go in, the hides. Oh my gosh, I can't even forget to mention how expensive like just a branch is. Hot exposed to buy branches, all that good stuff. I think you can get like 3 small branches for $30 or something. So everything that goes inside of a habitat, I would at least, say least 50, max 100. Also like buying fake plants to real plants. That adds up. I like to go to Home Goods to buy all of my bushy plants. They're really easy to wipe off. They don't break. I love a good steady fake plant, but I also do enjoy a bioactive habitat, which if you've ever built a bioactive habitat, you just know you're going to be spending money. My most expensive animal here is my Hypo Zero leatherback bearded dragon Santana. He was about $500, but I have gotten some critters just given to me, like my Herman's tortoise. He has a beautiful shell. My cousin, I think, spent like around $400 for him, but he was gifted to me. Chameleon was gifted to me. A leopard gecko was gifted to me. And the only reason why I took these animals on was because I knew I was going to get sponsorships and be able to provide them the proper habitat. I guess we'll break down how much a whole total will be. Let's flip around the camera. Okay, so these 2 habitats were actually given to me from Repti Zoo. They are 4x2x2 all glass habitats. I have my Herman's tortoise in here. Now this is the one that was given to me. This habitat I think was around $400. I believe that one is $400 as well. I would say I spent probably $50 with all of the goodies in here. These branches are actually something I got from my own backyard. I made that little hide myself, but $50. He does have a UVB in here as well that was given to me by Exoterra. So I would say this whole thing is probably around $600. Oh, and then we forgot my snake is in there. I bought him for like $100, so we'll say everything with the animal, $7. I don't know if you guys remember, but this glass door, the other one fell and broke all over, so I'm trying to get a replacement. I have 2 Zoo Med habitats. I'm not sure how much these cost, but we'll pop them up right here. I have 2 Pac-Man frogs in here. And I have my blue one in here. I believe we spent maybe $50 on the blue, but not positive. This was actually a cheap habitat. It was a 30-gallon from PetSmart, and they're having $1 for a gallon, so I think that was only $30. But everything in it, all the plants, substrate, isopods, leaf litter, the branches, that all adds up. So we'll say that this is probably 100. Lola's in here, Cresty Gecko. She was maybe like $40 or something. So add that all in together. This is my praying mantis habitat from Tarantula Cribs. I know that these are pricey. This was actually gifted to me. Not sure, I'll pop up the price for you. My praying mantis, I did buy her at a reptile expo, and I believe she was not too pricey. $40, but she was way tinier. Down here is a 40-gallon from ZoomEd, and we have my little baby boa, and I believe she was $200. And then I'm not sure how much the ZoomEd one is. We'll pop it up. Substrate, UVB, all her little fake plants. I would say, I'm not sure how much the price is, but inside is like 50, so we'll add that all up. That is just for some isopods. Oh, and then you guys always ask me about this rack, the metal rack. They might be $100, not sure, but you can buy them at Home Depot, sometimes at Walmart. And right here is a habitat I got at PetSmart, and is around 50 gallons, I believe. I'll put the proper measurement up. My corn snake's in here. I actually got my corn snake at Petco for like 30 bucks. And then everything in here, these were pretty pricey, these little Decor. That one's just like from Marshall's. I would say this whole thing with the snake, 200, 300, actually no, 400, because I believe the tank was at least 300. We got this corner over here. Oh, and then this is just an antique that I got from my Aunt Bettina. Go in this corner. We got this little stand on Amazon, and this whole thing was free for me, including the chameleon. But I did add everything else in here. The branches, the snake plant. So I'd say maybe like 50 of my own money. Then we have two more ZoomEds over here. I was trying to do bioactive, so you got the different layers. I'm not sure. With everything inside, maybe 40, 50 with the dirt. And we got my crusty, and then I would say 50 with everything, 40, no, with everything with the crusty, 200. And that's just a small little metal rack. Over here we have all of my leopard geckos. They are all in a 40 with, Exoterra did send me this one. Did have to buy all the little cork and water dishes. And then, you know, we have another metal stand. We have them all plugged in with some heating pads. This is probably 500, I would say. Over here we have the Reptiles. And there's Santana. They did send me this one for free with a background. And I bought all these plants at Home Goods. Sometimes you can get a really good discount. They do have heat, UVB, and the basking little baskets just to keep them safe. I don't know. They probably won't touch it, but they kind of get a little wild sometimes. So then I just did some cork and dirt, organic dirt and sand for their substrate. I did purchase this one. I believe that one was like $200 to $300 maybe. With all the branches, these branches do add up with the big pieces, so I would say maybe like $50 worth of branches. And then we have, last but not least, I bought this huge all glass habitat at Triple L. It's a 4x2x2 as well. And this was my first one. BB Princess was cheap because I got her when she was super tiny. I think she was like 20 bucks or something. But then she has really good dirt with isopods in there. A plant we're trying to keep alive. So I would say that this whole thing, $400. I'm not really sure exactly what the amount we're at now, but it's a lot. So obviously a lot when it comes to owning this many animals. Now, this is like something I am so passionate about. It's not just a hobby, it's just like my lifestyle. It keeps me happy. I love my animals, so I've been doing this for a while now also, so I've been gathering, you know, a lot of bark, a lot of hides, a lot of different stuff, and also like gaining connections with other reptile companies to be able to do upgrades and have as many pets as I have. And I'm very blessed for everything, but just be aware that, you know, it's a lot, but I love it. I hope this gave you a little look on how much it costs to run a reptile room. Hopefully it didn't scare you, but hopefully it just brought a little light to your eyes. But maybe you should drop a comment down below on what the most you spent on your pets. I want to know. But until next time, I will see you guys. Bye.